Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Just Desserts Legacy Challenge. As you saw perhaps for 2 whole seconds, we're spending a little bit of time with Andre today. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose this default name that it gave me for this sci-fi book. Andre, as you all are very aware, is Maddie's ex-boyfriend. To give you this very brief backstory, again, when they were younger, maybe let's say early college, maybe right outside of high school, Maddie ran off with Andre. But eventually he left her and took all of her money when he did, leaving her in the position of being reasonably broke and being unable to fulfill her dreams. She has since recovered for the most part. She's now dating her best friend Luca, as we all know. And Andre here lives in San Myshuno. It's actually, I think it's the first day of winter. Let's check the calendar quick. Yeah, it's like the first or second day of winter. Does it say down here? Day 2 of 14. Yep, it's the second day of winter. San Myshuno is already getting snow. I think it's the first snow, which is really, really pretty. But I said last episode we would spend some more time with Andre to learn a bit more about why he is the way he is, but also to kind of just get a glimpse into his life because he is alone. He does live in this apartment in San Myshuno by himself. He was formerly in the writing career, but he switched up and decided to work at the exact same restaurant that Maddie and Luca work at. Because, again, as a reminder, him and Maddie really bonded over their love of food more than anything else. That's pretty much the only thing that brought them together because he and Maddie don't have fantastic compatibility. So as you can see, well, actually, I can't even say they don't have fantastic. They have awful social compatibility. Absolutely awful. And they are broken up, currently co-workers, and everything is neutral with them. I didn't have them explore this, obviously, last episode when Maddie did come over because Andre asked to get back together with her, and she put a stop to that immediately. But despite all of that, despite that visit being perhaps contentious, I guess we'll say, their romantic bar actually improved, and right now things are just complicated. The burning romantic desire cannot be quelled, even if they don't like each other that much. There is this underlying flame between these two. It's something that Andre has clearly acknowledged, and something that Maddie is hesitant to acknowledge. Though I believe I mentioned it briefly towards the end of last episode, but Andre here, he has been constantly calling Maddie, letting her know about all these dates he's going on. Now, from the back end as a player, what I find interesting is that though Maddie was getting these phone calls from Andre, he has no romantic relationships with any other Sims. It's just her. So what I decided to do here is play into this a bit more. I think this man is blowing smoke. That's what I think. I don't think he's been going on any dates. I think he has been saying this and telling her this simply to make her jealous. Okay? And I think that's a bit of a development with all of this because I was under the impression as a player, I'm also going to make sure that he gets something to eat here because I know he's a bit hungry. As a player, I was under the impression that if a Sim was calling my active Sim, talking about going on dates with other Sims, that they at least had them in their relationship panel, but he doesn't at all. So I think that he has just been perhaps saying the names of previous coworkers or neighbors or whatever, or just making people up to try to get Maddie to be jealous. And from my perspective, it's a pretty desperate attempt, Andre, but I think it really feeds into his character a bit more. Though I don't have Andre's parents actually created in-game because I didn't really anticipate exploring him too much, I did want to give you all a little bit of a backstory as well, into his upbringing, if you will. I believe that Andre came from a very contentious household, and I feel as though the behavior that he now displays and his attitudes towards relationships and pretty much his lack of Please. no, okay, right. That's not happening. Thank you so much, game, for ruining things. But his lack of self-confidence, I think, really just comes from his rough upbringing. I think his dad was very, very disloyal to his mother. And I think that he witnessed that behavior. And I think that he also just witnessed his mom consistently trying to win his dad back. Okay, it's not ideal. It's not great, but not everyone is wonderful, right? That's kind of how I'm going about this. Not every person is wonderful or makes really great choices. And I don't think that their relationship was very good. I'm also just trying to take care of him while I say this, because there's no scenario that I can place him in where I can just sit there and talk while you stare at him the whole time. But I feel like it was learned behavior. He thought that to get and keep a woman's attention, he had to treat her a certain way. And I think he learned that from his dad. I don't think his dad is a great person whatsoever. Again, they're not created. I might create them down the line, but only if it really serves the story. And unfortunately, I think Andre emulated these behaviors in his relationships and felt as though he kind of had to treat women a particular way to get them to stick around. And as he's gotten older, he's realized it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I think he's actually a very lonely person. I think he's very lonely. I think he has very low self-esteem, to be frank. And I think he knows that the way that he treats other people, especially, women in romantic relationships, he knows it's not right, but he doesn't know how to remedy it. And I don't think he has a very strong sense of self, because he's really just emulating the behaviors of his father. And it's something that's conflicting for him, because he doesn't like his father. He didn't like seeing his mother's feelings constantly hurt. He always felt that she deserved something better, something more. But in his formative years, he didn't really know what that meant. And he didn't know what it looked like. He didn't have a good role model. And I think he's just very conflicted. So there are these moments where he's really supportive and really understanding of the fact that he ruined things with Maddie and treated her poorly, and that she doesn't trust him. And he's also feeling really guilty that she is still willing to have him in her life. Like, he doesn't think that he's worthy of that. And at the same time, he gets in this headspace sometimes where he's just like, no, well, I can get her to want me again. I can get her back. Like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll get her back. She still wants me. So there's nothing wrong with me. He goes back and forth between, I know I'm kind of a jerk, but I'm also desirable. And I think he's also a bit vain, though, when it comes to his looks. I think he knows that he's a good-looking sim and that he probably could be going on a ton of dates, but he really just lacks the moxie when it comes down to it all. I think he knows that Maddie is kind of a people pleaser, and I think he takes full advantage of that as well. So, I think that's all the time we're going to spend with Andre, but I wanted to give you all that perspective and just kind of see him a little bit differently, perhaps. None of this justifies his behaviors or what he's doing, but I wanted to get into his head a little bit more and let you all kind of know where he's coming from, even if it makes you dislike him more, possibly. I think it humanizes him a bit, but he's kind of still a jerk. And we're back with Maddie. It is almost 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, and look at Brindleton Bay in the snow. This view will never get old for me. I'm so sorry. I just have to get a little screenshot because it's too pretty. It's too pretty. If you all have not been to New England, in the US, it is just one of the most stunning places in the fall and winter. I'm biased, but I cannot deny that whatsoever. I think Brindleton Bay is gorgeous in the winter. Anyway, Maddie is here making herself breakfast. She is trying out the lactose-free fruit and yogurt parfait because we have to work on our gourmet cooking skills. So as a reminder, we do have to get the gourmet cooking skill all the way up to 10, and we're at 6 right now. So we're making good progress, but we do need to really hone in on that because she's already at level 9 of cooking, and I believe over time, it's going to just happen naturally to get us to level 10. So that'll be great. And I think for baking, now I also wanted to note this, there have been some updated criterion for this challenge from the creator themselves. I don't think I'll be adhering to that. It does include the baking skill, which I was going to kind of do passively anyway, but I'm not sure if I want to add on the extra component of reaching a particular level of baking. We'll kind of see. I'll put it on screen for you now, just so you all can kind of see what I'm talking about, because that has been updated. But I believe we'll kind of let it be for right now. Now, since it is winter though, I feel like it might be a little bit more challenging just to do these food stalls in game realistically. Oh my gosh, look at Luca. He's out there shoveling the snow off his little porch. Wait, I'm sorry. Look at how cute he is. Look at how cute he is shoveling this. Sorry. I have a crush on Luca. I do. I'm sorry, Maddie. I have a crush on Luca. Anyway, I think that realistically, if we were going to play with a smidge of realism, Maddie wouldn't really be out here doing these food sales in the winter. It would be so cold. I mean, granted, we do have these food stalls out here, but it would be really chilly. I'm not quite sure if I want her to spend so much time outside trying to do these food sales, because I just don't know if it would be hyper realistic. And I think it could add an additional challenge for us, but I'll think about it. Today is Tuesday and she does not have work today, Wednesday, or Thursday. So I think what we'll do is we'll focus on her daily task of preparing food for a bit, just to give her a boost, because I think when she goes back to work on Friday, she will be promoted to pastry chef, which means that she will have reached level 7 of the culinary career. And now she only has to reach, I believe it was level 8 to be able to complete the Master Chef aspiration, correct? And then if we have the funds, we can purchase that lot so we can start our own little bakery restaurant thing that we're going to be doing. It's kind of a lot of moving parts, but I'm hoping that they come together really nicely for us. Just some quick appreciation for the fact that Luca is also shoveling Maddie's front porch. That's very sweet of him. And here I am, having gone and changed my mind that we are absolutely going to have a food sale, because there's really going to be no other way for her to quickly make some simoleons either if we don't continue to do this. And she just whipped up a oh, look at this little cat. Look at this cat. This is going to be a very I don't know. Look at I'm just very scattered right now. Look at that cat, the teeth. One of you, I had asked last episode as well if you all thought it would be kind of nice and really fit for Maddie if she were to adopt one of these stray cats just wandering around the docks. And I absolutely want to do that. We just can't actively do it during a food sale, but maybe after this food sale we can spend some time and befriend one of the cats and pick one. I think that would be really fun. But she just whipped up some lactose-free Yorkshire puddings for the first time. So she wants to see if she can kind of sell those. She has some sugar cookies as well from last time, as well as some gourmet fruitcake, which is, it wouldn't be my first pick personally, but this is actually a leftover from her gourmet cooking from when she had Harvest Fest and she had her family and Luca over. So that was kind of nice. We haven't made a single sale yet, but I'm hoping that perhaps we can give a sales pitch to Melinda here. And perhaps, who's this? Faith? These are my Sims, because I forget I'm playing in my save file. These are actually Sims that I've made. That's so wild to actually see them here. It makes my day. 22 simoleons already. Now, I do still have the 100% markup. I might toy around. Oh, I was hoping there was a 150. Yeah, I was hoping there was a 150, like some kind of middle ground for us to do some markups, but oh well, looks like the next one is going to be 200. We could try that maybe when we've gotten closer to our financial goals as well, in purchasing that property for our own bakery/restaurant. And look, poor Maddie's actually feeling tense. I want to highlight this too. She's ambitious, as you recall, and she has some promotion anxiety. She feels the pressure to keep climbing the corporate ladder. So she's ready. She is ready to get that next promotion when she goes to work. And Lucas showed up as per usual. We also have Joe Hauser. He lives right down the road in one of the fancier neighborhoods. And this is Melinda's husband, Adam, as well. He's showed up. Hopefully we can sell them some goods here. We've been giving sales pitches because I've noticed that when I do the convince to buy option, it doesn't work as often, and I'm assuming it's because Maddie's charisma skill, oh wow, it's actually pretty high now. Maybe we will try it more, because I was assuming it wasn't working because of low charisma, but perhaps we could actually be successful now. I'm starting to believe that this game is just trying to test my patience. We just went into why Andre is the way that he is, just a little tiny bit. We explored that a bit, and I think he's doing it again. Monica Lopez, I think she's pretty cute. Should I ask her out? I think Maddie is going to straight up ignore this. She's going to ignore this because I think she knows this about Andre, or at least she's beginning to. I think she's starting to become a bit suspicious. Like, there's no way. There's no way you're this much of a womanizer. There's just no way. I mean, he did actually cheat on her. He did. That's not up for debate. But I think all of these other dates, I don't think they're really happening. I don't think they're actually occurring. So you know what? She's going to say, for the purposes of us getting rid of this prompt, we're going to do yes, go for it. But I think Maddie's pretty much ignored his calls or texts when they're of this nature. I think she's trying to set that boundary with him very clearly. Okay, we haven't had as good of a food sale as that one time we made over like 1,000 simoleons since. We made 286 simoleons today, and most of it was the Yorkshire pudding, so that's a big one. I'm going to try my best to keep track of the dishes that do sell really well. I knew the sugar cookies weren't going to be a huge hit, mainly because they were only 4 simoleons. I just didn't, and they were normal quality, so I didn't think they were really going to go far. And then like the fruitcake did pretty well too. It was 120 simoleons, so it's not bad, but it's not great. It's not nothing, but it's not great. Look at this cat. This cat is right outside of Maddie's condo here, townhouse. His name is Chiquito. Okay, well, their name is Chiquito. I actually can't say, we don't know what Chiquito is quite yet, but she's already had a good relationship with Chiquito. They're acquaintances. Oh, and they're hungry. He's hungry. Oh, little baby, he's hungry. Let's give him a treat. Maybe we can make Chiquito our friend. Maybe we can make Chiquito our cat. We are going to give Chiquito a little treat. I think he's lazy. Can you give him a treat? Can you stop yowling at us, please? Stop yowling. Do I have to reset you? Maybe. Can I give you a treat now? He fell asleep. He fell asleep. I just want to be his friend. Let's try to give him a treat if he wakes up. He's not up. Who's this? Wait, actually, hold on. I have Red. Okay, we're gonna introduce ourselves to Red. Look, I'll take any of these strays, any if not all of them. Oh my gosh, there's another one. This is Prissy, and Prissy has clothes. Is she a cat whisperer? I think Maddie's a cat whisperer. All the cats are just starting to come to her. Do you see this little chunk? That Red deserved a screenshot, I'm sorry. Oh, but Red didn't like us very much. Okay, all right. Well, they're acquaintances. Let's try to give Red a big treat. Even though Red doesn't like us that much, he really is not a fan. But we'll try to give him a treat and maybe we can befriend Red. Woo, okay. Maddie has been working with Red for hours. I think we're gonna adopt Red. Chiquito went running off. He didn't really want much to do with us. And Red, we learned, this big boy. Look at this cross-eyed boy. This is so funny. So I have a Siamese cat. Her name is Willow. And my mom actually just got a Siamese cat. And like the cross-eyed look of Siamese is a very real thing. This is so funny to me. Red. So Red is a glutton, which, you know what? I think it was a match made in heaven. He loves food, and so does Maddie. Her whole world is food. Her life is food and cooking and baking. So you know what? This is fitting. He's a glutton. He's also a prowler. So these cats enjoy prowling around the neighborhood. Send them out and they might come back with something they've found. And we don't know what his last trait is, but they are now friends. They don't have any sentiments, but I think we're just going to go ahead and adopt Red. But I want to give Red a name, and I don't know what his name should be. Okay, I have no idea. And also, what is Maddie's last name? Baker, right? I forgot. So for right now, we're going to keep Red's name, but please give me food related names so we can rename Red, because his name needs to be something food related. But for right now, we just adopted him. He's ours. Look at that love. Look at those love bugs. We adopted Red. I love the little hearts that surround them when they adopt pets, by the way. And do you see this face? What even is that? Why is he like this? Oh, but I think she's happy with her decision to adopt Red. I'm just taking another screenshot. You know me. I just wanted to get a nice one. So we have now just adopted Red. We have a cat. Yay. This is so fitting. I feel like she has to tell Luca immediately that she adopted a cat, that she brought one of these strays in. And we have to get some cat things for the house immediately. Our big gluttonous boy. He was so hungry. So since his name is currently Red, maybe we can kind of pay homage to his current name, which will not be his name forever. I got him like all red things. What is... I don't play with pets enough, but wait just a second. Look at this. Look at how happy this boy is because we gave him food. This whole episode is going to be stolen by Red, isn't it? But I got like this red cat box thing, a red little dish for them as well, a dish for him, and then I just got a scratching post. I didn't get a pet bed. I never get pet beds for like small dogs or cats because I like it when they actually sleep on the furniture, oddly enough. I mean, our cat sleeps with us. She doesn't even like her cat bed unless we're in, like my husband and I share an office where our gaming computers are and there's a cat bed on top of his desk and she'll sleep up there sometimes. But other than that, there's no pet bed that our cat enjoys. So I figured I wouldn't even bother getting a pet bed. I also sold a few things in Maddie's house that just were purely decorative and didn't need, and we have upwards of 17,000 simoleons now, which is fantastic. So we're getting really close. I think I had mentioned last time that the goal for her funds in order to get that bakery/restaurant is around 31,000 simoleons, which is a lot. It's a lot. It really is. Also, Maddie has been feeling, she loves food, okay? She really, really does. And she loves her body just the way it is, but she's been feeling a little bit sluggish lately, and she's realized that she has been sampling her food a lot. So she might become a bit more cognizant of that. Now, this is just me trying to weave in Maddie wanting to just be cognizant of her health. That's pretty much it. She loves food. Look, if I was a baker or a chef in any capacity, I think I would eat everything. I think I would, but she's feeling a bit sluggish lately, so I want her to be cognizant of that. Now, I do want her to video call Luca really quick because I think she just wants to be like, Luca, okay, you know how there are all of these stray cats always wandering around the docks? Yeah, of course, yeah, there's tons of them. I mean, I've been wondering if they're going to be doing like some catch and release stuff soon or whatever. And she interrupts her. She's like, I took one of them in. I have a cat now. His name is Red, but I have to think of another name. He's so cute. He's like this big fluffy Siamese. And I think Luca just laughs. He's like, Mads, of course you would. Like, of course you would bring one of those cats in. He's like, well, I'll have to come meet them tomorrow. Do you think they're going to like me? She's like, yeah, of course they're going to like you. He's so cute. You're going to love him. He just loves food. It was perfect. And he's like, well, then that's just a perfect match, isn't it, Mads? Your animal has to like food as much as you do, as much as we do, right? Because, you know, remember, Luca loves food as well. So I think Luca's going to come over and meet Red tomorrow. But this is, I think, where we're going to end this episode. Not too much happened. There wasn't a lot of moving progress. And since I split the episode between a bit of Andre's backstory and trying to progress things on Maddie's side, it may have felt a bit scattered, but I hope you all enjoyed this one. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing.